Alrighty, here's just a quick video review to show off a couple of the new World of Warcraft MegaBlok sets. I don't talk about World of Warcraft that much. I haven't played in a while, but I used to play quite a bit, and I might get back in. The new Pandaren expansion has got me a little excited. But anyway, the World of Warcraft MegaBlok sets are out, and there are bigger sets. The Stormwind entryway with Deathwing looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to buy any of the bigger sets. But I saw this the other night, and I had to get the Griffin. The Armored Griffin is one of my favorite mounts in the game. I just love the look of it. I do have a Spotted Drake, I think is what I've got now. Whatever the loot card from the card game gave you, I've got one of those. And he's my mount, but I love the look of the Armored Griffins with the Blue and Gold Alliance. So I picked him up the other day, and then today I went back and got the Wyvern just to go with it. But they're really cool. They're a little smaller than the box would indicate. The box is actually pretty big, but here's just a standard CD and a sleeve, just to give you an idea about how big they are. Random size comparison, I know, but whatever. But yeah, they're really cool. I mean, you can take the minifigure off. Oh, the saddle came with him. The saddle just plugs right back in here like that. And we'll look at the minifigure itself. Now, the Griffin comes with a Worgen Death Knight. As you can see, he's got the Death Knight axe and Death Knight armor. And one of the things that's cool about it is you can pop the limbs off. You know, pull this off, this little weapon holder piece that holds it on. But the armor between all the characters is interchangeable. The pauldrons and the chest pieces and everything. So if you wanted to have a human Death Knight, you could get one of the human minifigures, whether it be a mage or a paladin or whatever, and pop the Death Knight armor onto him. So it's really cool that instead of molding the armor into the torsos and things, they actually give you modular armor. You can swap between the characters, which is really, really neat. And some of the bigger, like the set's bigger than the vehicles. These little $12 mount sets. There are some combat packs and things like that. And the bigger sets come with random loot packs. So you could get like a special piece of armor or a special weapon in random loot packs in some of the bigger sets. I don't know how awesome these random loot packs are. I don't have any of the bigger sets, but I think it's neat that they're kind of working that game mechanic into their the system, the Warcraft or the MegaBlok system as well. That's just kind of neat. But they're pretty posable. Here, standard MegaBloks minifig with some nice detail work. I like the little Worgen Death Knight here. He's pretty cool. The Griffin itself, as you can see, is really neat. The wings are on ball joints, and while the way they attach doesn't let them fold as far back as they could, you can get some neat poses out of him. And he just looks very regal. And it's fun because the other night I was at work, I was messing with him. Get him on there, and I did that, and I folded his legs back and sat him on the Griffin, and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks very familiar. I've spent a long time looking at that. So that's kind of cool too. Yeah, there's the Griffin, and like I said, today I went back and got the Horde side, the Wyvern, with the Tauren Hunter. He comes with, and he's got his bone armor here with his hooves, and again, all the same articulation. Again, the same thing. If you pop them off, you can switch out the pauldrons and the armor with other characters, which is kind of neat. I love that they did that. I think that's a really neat idea and something kind of unique. I mean, I guess technically any pieces are swappable between building sets. I just think it's neat that they made the armor do that. He does have a little... Oh, I pulled out his whole support piece. Does have a little hunter bow you can put in his hand. So he's armed. So yeah, there's the Tauren. I think that they may have names, but I don't have the box, so I don't know the names here. And then the Wyvern is, here he is. He's got his armor. He's got these wings, and the wings again attach here on ball joints. So if you can spread his legs out, you can spread his wings. And again, I remember seeing that a lot too. So I was flying with the armor. The tail's on a ball joint, so you can get that out of the way however you want. Heads on a ball joint. Everything on the mounts is ball jointed, with the exception of the reins, and you can take the reins off if you so choose. And the saddle. And you'll notice the saddle on this one is faced opposite of the way on the other one. And it tells you to put it on that way because this way, with this lower piece in the back, it lets the Tauren's tail sit over it as opposed to jamming in the way of the other one. So you can kind of just lift the tail up and he can sit in the saddle comfortably. So yeah, they're really neat little sets. Like I said, I think they're $12, $12.99 or something at Target. That's where I found them. I'm sure other stores will be carrying them. They do. If you go to, they do have a website online. If you go to just the MegaBlok site and go into the shop, you can get all of the MegaBlok sets. I saw everything except for I did not see the Stormwind set at Target. The big $99 Stormwind with Deathwing set. And I didn't see the single character sets. There's some that come with like just a minifigure and then like a few block, like an Wall from Stormwind type of set. Just a really basic minifigure set. There's 4 of those. There's 4 different mounts. There's these 2 mounts. There's a Goblin Trike and a gnome little helicopter machine. There's a set that has an orc riding a rocket versus a night elf on a night saber. I saw that one at Target. There's the Goblin Zeppelin, which has a Tauren paladin and a worgen fighting him and a little goblin and like the big zeppelin. And there was the Lich King with Sindragosa. So it's the Lich King on his ice throne with the big bone and ice dragon. So those are the ones I saw. And there are more out there than those. But if you go to the shop at MegaBloks.com, you can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, I know it's not my normal fare. I know it's probably weird all of a sudden hearing me talk about Warcraft. But I do have a level 85 Draenei Paladin on Medivh, so I'll probably get back to him soon, especially with the Pandaren expansion coming out. I've got other characters too, but that's my main, is my level 85 Paladin. Anyway, that's all. World of Warcraft, MegaBloks. I haven't played with the bigger sets yet, but these little sets definitely get my seal of approval. The Wyvern and the Griffin are just really, really neat looking minifigures, or mounts for the minifigures. So definitely check them out and pick them up if you get the chance. Wyvern and Griffin, MegaBloks, World of Warcraft sets.